So I've been following Attack on Titan for 10 motherfucking years now. I've went from a little ass boy to a grown ass man by the time the series ended. From season 1 to the final season, I've seen the series grow into something fucking amazing. And now that it's finally over, I can confidently say, yeah, it wasn't worth it. I'm not gonna lie guys, this shit kinda sucks. Sorry. Nah, I'm just playing. This is fucking awesome! Holy shit, look at this damn animation! Anyway, here's why Attack on Titan is a modern day classic. Numero uno, Eren Yeager. Eren Yeager is such a good fucking character. It makes my brain jizz everywhere with how peak the shit is. I'm not even lying. Eren in that final episode made me have the biggest fucking orgasm in my whole entire 19-year existence. No amount of head can match the amount of cum I spilled watching that damn episode. Alright, I'm getting a little bit sidetracked, but anyway. The story is the classic narrative of the fallen angel, meaning it comes from a character challenged by his environment slowly turning from the protagonist to the antagonist. Some of the best stories use this narrative device, such as Breaking Bad, Star Wars, and my absolute favorite, My Little Pony. At first, he's kind of a bitch. I ain't gonna lie to you. He doesn't even get his first fucking Titan kill till season 2. I ain't gonna hold you. That shit is embarrassing, my brother. He was not built for this. Though he naturally becomes something I call a D1 hater. Before, he was more like a D10, though she was hating, but only with his words. He wasn't really doing shit. But now, it's about his actions. This motherfucker came through with Reiner, said what's up bitch, and rocked his ass to oblivion along with all of Marley. He did this shit like 3 fucking times. I make so dead ass. Reiner, just kill yourself at this point. But the coldness aside, Eren is a perfect example of a man that simply had enough. Remember when I said he was kind of a bitch? Well, he kind of still is. I ain't gonna lie. With the ending of Attack on Titan, I feel kind of conflicted. Almost like I feel like he has grown so much as a character, but at the same time, he hasn't grown at all. This is something I find very interesting. I feel it adds to the character in ways I didn't simply understand nor see before this point. You see this man break down over and over and over again, slowly losing his sanity, though in the inside, it's all fueled by that same childish mentality and wants he had as a child. It went from I'ma kill the Titans to I'ma kill all of Marley to eventually saying, fuck it, I'm killing all of humanity. Oh shit! They jumping me! They jumping me! At the end, you find out the true writer of the story isn't Isayama, it's actually Eren. He orchestrated everything you see in the series, and even when you go back in earlier episodes, you can see it lines up. I fuck with stories that do this shit. It is the coldest fucking thing you can do, and I love it. I find this shit so fucking sick, and by definition of classic, this will be held in high regard for many years to come. Numero dos, the music. I'll continue to ride this series to the end of time because of the goddamn music. I already went through this like hell in my other Attack on Titan video where I was sucking the living shit out of the composers for like 2 minutes straight, but honestly, do you think I give a fuck? Hell nah. I'm doing it again, bitch. Like, just listen to this, dog. It is a masterpiece. And you know what? Every track is like that. A masterpiece that elevates the series from a simple like 8 out of 10 to a 20 out of fucking 10. You have no idea how many scenes I love because of the music is popping the fuck off. From any piece of media out there, I believe Attack on Titan has the best, most solid soundtrack out of any other piece out there. Yes, I will die on that fucking hill. Come fight me, you fucking booger faces. Like, listen to this scene.
And as we ride to certain death, we trust our successors to do the same for us! Because my soldiers do not buckle or yield when faced with the cruelty of this world! My soldiers push forward! My soldiers scream out! My soldiers rage! I'm gonna come.
Numero tres, the writing. The writing is fucking impeccable. If I were to hypothetically, theoretically, probability speaking, if we're getting a little silly here, say that Attack on Titan is probably one of the most impressively written animes out there, would you believe me? Probably fucking not, but let me prove you otherwise. The writing is something I barely see replicated in other pieces of media. It feels like every line of dialogue and every scene is somehow correlated to the greater story of Attack on Titan, and further adds foreshadowing, depth, and significance. Especially the foreshadowing. I would say this is one of the most rewatchable shows out there because of the amount of hints and planning the writing has done, even from the very beginning. Something I do have to get out of the way though is the lack of cliches. Holy motherfucking shit, I hate these goddamn anime cliches is in every damn anime out there. You know damn well what I'm talking about. I fucking hate scenes like, Mikado-san, your bunkers are so big. Like, shut up. I'm so tired of these Japanese motherfuckers doing this shit, especially when they're minors. Thank you, Isayama, for not putting this bullshit into Attack on Titan. Except for that one scene. I might have to put you to timeout for that one. But generally, the writing is amazing, and it shows even further into the characters themselves, each one having their own arc and massive character development throughout the series. My personal favorite being my homeboy, Reiner. This motherfucker turns into the main character for half of season 4. He went from a boy forced into war, becoming a pawn for his country, to then be a spy for them for years, betraying the people around him from all sides, and eventually breaking down almost every scene, getting PTSD, and now wanting to redeem himself for the sins he has committed. It gets to a point where he faces the only enemy he has and breaks down and pleads for forgiveness because of the atrocities he has done. Holy motherfucking eat my ass on a Tuesday shit. This is actual peak. And speaking of peak, oh my god, hear me out. Just to go back on the cliches, the anime does have some, but it's utilized in the best way imaginable in order to serve the narrative. The story does something I call circular storytelling, which basically brings everything to full circle. Yeah, no shit, Sherlock, fuck's sake. With it having the story end in a way that brings it back to its beginning. By itself, I guess it's kind of a cliche narrative device, but Attack on Titan is the best example of it. Let's take episode 1 for instance. The episode starts off with flashes for what's about to come. This leaves you curious on how the story will progress, which eventually leaves off with the episode ending exactly how it started. People dying, getting fucked, and showing the world as a gruesome, treacherous place. You can see this be utilized over and over again throughout the series, and is something that goes even up until the final episode. It leaves a satisfying sense of resolution and emphasizing the nature of the events and themes within Attack on Titan. Now, for the moment you have all been waiting for.
Let's get ready to review!
Yeah, bitches, this is it. The ending of Attack on Titan, and what do I think about it? It's alright. It's okie dokie. It gets a fucking happy face sticker. A lot of people love the ending, and I feel like I'm in an area kind of in the middle. Of course, the story beats action and emotion was all beautifully done, but does it really live up to the status of classic like the rest of the series? Me personally, I think it does. But just because something is classic doesn't mean it's deprived of flaws. You notice I was a bit conflicted with how they treated Eren in the final episode. Up until this point, Eren has been a cold-driven individual that will do anything in order to reach this goal. But now it seems like a part of it was fueled by Mikasa. Hold on, excuse me. What? See, I have no problem with this as a plot point at all, though I feel like it could have been better executed and had bigger build up towards its point. In the whole series, Eren treats her like a fucking bitch, which I feel like is kind of out of character. For him to suddenly care about this woman and be like, oh my god, I want to spend like all of eternity with you, like, come on, bro. What the fuck is you doing, my brother? You is pathetic as fuck. Even Armin fucking says it. Though, with that aside, this flaw in Eren's character does highlight what it means to be a child that has been given too much power in which he couldn't handle. Do I agree with it? I'm not really sure. I ain't gonna lie to you. But I do feel like this will be seen in high regard for many years to come. People analyzing Eren's character and breaking it down to see the inner workings of who he is and what drives him. For the most part, everything in the ending lines up to the themes of Attack on Titan, especially the scene where he kisses Armin. Up until this point, I found this talk scene a bit iffy, but I can now confidently say it's probably the best anime scene to ever come out. I do think the sex scene afterwards was a bit played out, but overall I give it a 13 out of 10. But enough about Eren. What about everything else? Up until the point where Eren gets decapitated, I felt everything was fucking delicious. From Zeke finally completing his character arc, to Armin and Eren having the fucking hypest scene known to fucking man. Oh!
Lord have mercy, I'm about to bust.
It was all beautiful. After the intense makeout scene between Armin and Eren, we're then faced with reality. Eren is fucking dead. Deader than my will to live. I didn't touch on this before, but the voice acting in Attack on Titan is of course fucking magnificent. We then showed Force Ghosts? What the fuck is this, Star Wars? When the fuck did we get Force Ghost! This is goofy as fuck when you think about it, but I'm gonna just pretend and believe my headcanon of Ymir showing these Force Ghosts before she passes away. You can notice how I cope with a lot of the problems with simple headcanons, but you know what, man? I don't want to hate this ending. This is Attack on Titan, my BBG, my bread and butter. Of course, I'll hop on Copian to believe this ending was peak. But anyway, after all that shit, Mikasa or whoever the fuck narrates the ending, and Eren turns into a fucking bird, which I still don't understand. Like, I don't, what the fuck. But anyway, everybody lives happily ever after. Until everything gets fucking nuked, holy fuck! We're then greeted with Last of Us the anime, and at the end, we are told the message that war never changes. It is all a cycle. Mama fucking Mia. I'm not gonna lie with y'all, with Attack on Titan finished, I don't know what to do anymore. What is there to look forward to? Nothing, motherfucker! There ain't shit! I'm gonna have to live my life without anticipating the final season, part 4, part 6, part 67. I can't do this shit, my brother! But you know what? I guess I'm gonna have to keep moving forward and declare Attack on Titan as a modern day classic.